You weren't meant to die there. Jesus is calling you out. What if I told you your grave is not your end? What if I told you the tomb you've settled in was never meant to hold you? You weren't meant to die in that addiction, in that depression, in that guilt. Jesus is still calling, because you weren't meant to die there. Lazarus was 4 days deep in death. His body stank. The crowd had given up. Religion had closed the case. But then came a voice, not just any voice, not a priest, not a prophet, a voice with resurrection in it. And that voice didn't ask for permission. It commanded, "Lazarus, come forth." And guess what? Death obeyed. So let's get real. If Jesus wasn't God, then why did death listen to him? Why did a rotting corpse reverse decay and rise at the sound of his voice? No angel does that. No prophet dares that. Only the author of life can override death. Only the Creator can speak into a tomb and reverse what sin wrote in stone. Yet some of you still treat Jesus like a myth. Pastors preach him as a moral teacher. Imams dismiss him as a lesser prophet. Priests bury him under rituals. Skeptics mock him as a storybook figure. But explain this. If he's not God, how does death obey him? If he's just a man, why does hell tremble when his name is spoken? You weren't meant to die there, not in your sin, not in your shame, not in your secret struggle. But you've made peace with your prison. You've built a home in the valley of dry bones. You've accepted the lie that there's no way out, but the truth. There is a voice, older than time, louder than guilt, deeper than death, calling you out. Jesus didn't come to negotiate with graves. He came to empty them. He didn't die so you could cope. He died so you could live, really live, fully, eternally, powerfully. So why are you still buried? Some of you wear a collar, a robe, a title, but you're dead inside. You speak of God, but have never heard his call. You light candles in cathedrals, but the flame in your soul is gone. You recite prayers in Arabic, Latin, or Hebrew, but your spirit stays in the tomb. Because the grave doesn't break by ritual, it breaks by word. And that word is calling you now. The same Jesus who called Lazarus is calling you. Not to attend church, not to repeat traditions, but to rise, to live, to walk out of what held you. Do you think sin is stronger than the Savior? Do you think the cross was a show? That blood was spilled for drama? No. That blood breaks chains. That voice splits seas. That word shatters tombstones. You weren't meant to die in religion. You weren't meant to die in rebellion. You weren't meant to die in regret. And to the skeptic watching this, I ask you, if Jesus is just a man, why do the dead hear him? Why do demons flee him? Why do millions across centuries give up everything for him? You can reject him now. But on the last day, when graves open and all flesh stands before his throne, you'll see. The voice you ignored is the voice that holds the keys. So hear him now while you still can. He's not whispering. He's commanding. Come forth. You weren't meant to die there. Jesus is calling you out. Prove me wrong.